Hey guys, it's yours truly, Musicalist here, and welcome back to, today isn't a direct. I decided not to do one for this because we really don't have too much to talk about, but I figured that today would be still a very lengthy update on some things happening with the channel behind the scenes. And today we'll be announcing quite a few new things, quite a few old things. But yeah. But first things first, let's get this out of the way. As you guys know, I had just wrapped up the final main episode chapters for Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop, which is the latest installment in the Puyo Puyo series. And I just wanted to share some very interesting stats with you guys regarding Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop's videos that we've put on the channel since the launch of the game. So, Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop altogether for the main story has gotten over 17,600 views since the March launch. That in itself is very impressive and probably our highest numbers that we've had on the channel yet. That being said, we still have a couple videos that are higher, but in terms of gameplay videos, that's definitely the highest we've seen. So thank you so much for clicking on those and sharing them around. I really do appreciate it. In terms of the highest video out of all the videos that we've posted for Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop so far, that would just happen to be Ringo, who just so happened to be one of my favorite characters for Puyo Puyo, so I'm pretty happy about that. But second place would go to Ari, who of course has been one of the main characters for Puyo Puyo over the years. And then finally, everybody's favorite Ari is third place, mind you. That was my mistake. I meant to say second place goes to Amity, who actually plays a pretty big part in this game story. I won't spoil it for you, but if you want to take a look, be sure to, watch the videos. And then finally, Ari is third place with the most views. So basically, the first 3 episodes of this whole series are the ones that people have the most views on, which honestly is kind of a surprise. But yeah. Now, as for the side stories, they have a lot less views, really. But I should pop up the stat right here on screen. And honestly, I'm going to say that that's still a very impressive number, even though I wish it was a little higher. I'm still very impressed. But of course, I'm not done with side stories yet. Yeah, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then in terms of the challenge adventure, that's the lowest one because I haven't finished posting those. But yeah. All right. Now, let's get into what I'm going to do to finish up with Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop. So, as I said, I am going to go back and redo anything I skipped. So basically, any of the challenges for little Dream Friend, I will be going back to redoing in a separate part. But any of the battles that I skipped because of story reasons, I will be doing in another part as well. So there will be 2 different parts, one for the challenges, and then one for the rest of the ones that I skipped because of it. Now, of course, I will be skipping the story cutscenes, of course, so you won't have to see me there. And I will be aiming to at least get 1 star. At least 1 star. I'll try to aim for 3, but I can't make any promises because some of these battles are kind of hard. Yeah. So my goal is to finish up with that. Then, as you guys voted, I will be doing a brand new video with just the cutscenes. But if you guys want me to later do one with all the gameplay that I've accumulated as well, I can do that for sure. You just gotta let me know in the comments below if you wanna see that. So please be sure to let me know No. But then I will be doing that as well. So it will feature all the scenes from the game, and they will be recorded via my Apple TV since it's just the cutscenes, not the gameplay itself. So I will be doing that in a separate video. And then finally, I will be getting back to all the sides modes. So first things first, because the update has added some more side modes for Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop, I will be taking down my challenge adventure videos, but they will be shortly back up with new gameplay. And you guys will get to see me take on the challenge adventure again with every single character that's available in the game. And then after that, we will tackle pretty much everything else that Puyo Puyo Puzzle Pop has to offer. For any of the online battles, I will be taking those on directly, and I will be doing at least 3 to 4 videos on online, just so you guys have something to look forward to. Then for the side modes that you can play with local players or by yourself, I will be doing 30 minutes to an hour for each mode, so that way you guys can get some good gameplay video footage of what each mode is like. Oh, and also, I will also put in the description where the mode originated from. Some of these are kind of obvious if you pay attention to the series' titles, but some of these are actually kind of new, so I actually have to go back and look through Puyo Puyo's history and make sure that none of these are old movesets that are just getting revived here in Puzzle Pop. But I'm pretty sure some of these are new. We'll have to wait and see what happens, though. But of course, none of the ones from Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 and 2 are here. It's just the Puyo Puyo ones from the previous installments and some new ones, I think, as well. So, yeah. Then, following that, I will finish off by showing the tutorial. Now, I don't really need the tutorial personally because I've already pretty much beaten the game at this point, but I will still show it off because it is important for the history of Puyo Puyo and for the sake of preservation that we see it, just in case Sega decides to take it down and not put it elsewhere, just like they did with a certain other game for a certain other IP. But yeah, so that is my plan. Now, for other Apple Arcade titles, I've already had a couple on the channel, but I want you guys to know which one I should continue. I'll do I'll post a poll directly after the video is officially done premiering, but which one did you want me to tackle next? Do you want me to continue in Garden Story? Do you want me to continue in Samson's Cat? Or do you want me to continue in Temple Run Adventures? I could tackle those 3 next alongside any other stuff because we are getting close to October and when games are going to start to get a little bit more hectic, so I can tackle one of these next. Now, I already have some other videos recorded for Apple Arcade, but those will probably be single one-off videos or just part ones, and then I'll do another poll at one point or the other when you want me to continue. Now note, I should mention in terms of both Samson's Cat and Temple Run Legends, those might take a while for me. Why? Because Temple Run Legends is actually an ongoing game that just launched on Apple Arcade. So unless the game officially stops updates, I might be getting more and more. So just keep that in mind. As for the events that happen inside the game, I'll try to tackle them all, but that's not going to be easy for me because, well, it's been a while since I've played Temple Run, or any Endless Runner for that matter, so just a heads up there. As for Samson's Cat, that's just really going to depend. I still have the main story to get through for that, so please look forward to that as well. Alright, that being said, we're all done with Apple Arcade stuff, so let's move on. Alright, now that we got that part over and done with, let's talk about about the games coming to the channel in the future. But before we talk about, all the other games coming out, such as Nintendo and, of course, Sega, I just want to mention something else. We already talked about this on our community page, but I just figured I'd mention here, for those who didn't see our community post, that we are now Outright Game ambassadors. So, who is Outright Games? You know all those licensed titles you guys have been seeing? Well, okay, I guess it should be very specific here. You know all those licensed IPs like Paw Patrol, the Patrick Star game that was just recently announced in our last Nintendo Direct. Those are Outright games. Outright Games is a UK-based publisher. That publishes some games for different IPs around the world. And I just recently joined the Outright Ambassadors program, so I am very, very, very excited. This means that you will see Outright games here on the channel in the future. This includes some games that I'm already working on. You already saw that I posted one video and then I took down another one because I have to do a little bit of editing on that one. But yeah, so that being said, I am very, very excited. I did for the video to, get a little bit more or bigger, and honestly, I'm very excited to tackle Outright Games. They have been one of the most interesting publishers I've seen, but they are a very cool team. I really have enjoyed working with them so far. They've been very nice, and I'm going to say that Outright Games will likely mostly be covered by yours truly here on the channel. There are other games that I'm sure that might get Ethan or Jart's eye, but it will most likely be me covering most of these. That being said, October is going to be a big month for Outright Games because they have quite a few games coming in that month. But that being said, I am actually looking forward to covering most of those titles, including, yes, the Patrick Star game, but also Nick Jr. Party Adventure, which has been our first crossover Nick Jr. console game that we've had in 15, I think, years. Is the last one we had for a crossover for any characters in general for Nick Jr. Was the Nick Jr. Move series on Wii, I believe. That was our last console crossover that we had for Nick Jr. So it's been quite some time since we really had any sort of Nick Jr. crossover game. Only this time it's featuring some very popular IPs that I'm pretty sure a lot of you will recognize if you've paid attention to my Nick Jr. Nick Jr.'s Party Adventure also features, of course, Blue's Clues, which is the first time we've seen Blue's Clues on the console since, Blue's big musical movie way back on the PlayStation 1. So it's been some time since Blue's Clues has been on a console at all. So I'm very excited to tackle the Blue's Clues section of Nick Jr. Party Adventure. But that's not the big part. You guys may know that I've been trying to do Let's Plays on the channel alongside Jart's current Let's Plays. But for this adventure, or I should say Party Adventure, I will be teaming up with my pal Dwight of Smart Rascal Studios and one of the hosts of Pop Prince Preschool and Pals to, play the game. Now, of course, it will be on my end. But Dwight will be alongside to, give commentary, and we'll both share some fun facts about Nick Jr. as we play the games. So this should be a very, very fun adventure for both of us. us. That will, of course, hopefully be on launch day that we will start doing that. But if not, hopefully around the time of launch, we will start playing through the game. And I am very excited, irregardless of what you guys are going to look forward to. So yeah, here's some stuff to look forward to in terms of that. So yeah, thank you again to Outright Games for making us ambassadors. I look forward to working with you guys in the future. And just like I said this earlier, of course, but if you guys see an Outright Game Ambassadors logo on any of our thumbnails, that means Outright Games is sponsoring the video. So just keep that in mind if you see it. Otherwise, if you do see an Outright Game posting, but it doesn't have that logo, that means it was just, recorded by yours truly, and I played the game in the past. It's just, no, it's not sponsored by Outright Games. It's just something that I decided to upload myself. So just figured I'd give you a heads up for the future. All right, so with that out of the way, right, let's move on to other games that we're going to be covering. So as you guys know, Nintendo has quite a few games coming up. So I figured I'd give you a heads up of what's going to be covered for Nintendo stuff going forward. All right, so obviously I will be covering the upcoming Mario Party game. I will. Jart has said that he is going to be tackling the Mario Luigi game, so I am going to let him take care of that, and I will be taking care of Zelda as well, I believe. Jart, let me know in the comments below if I've said otherwise. I don't exactly remember our conversation from behind the scenes, but if I did mistake that, please feel free to correct me. That being said, I look forward to covering all these titles. Now, of course, you may have noticed that I said Ethan, that I said Jart and myself. Oh, well, unfortunately, Ethan N is still currently out. I do want to give a real quick update on that Ethan is making some progress. He is still dealing with some stuff behind the scenes regarding his chemotherapy for making sure he's all ready to go, and things will go well. But for the time being, he is still currently out. We should have some news very soon regarding when he's coming back. But please be patient. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about Ethan's return to the channel very soon, but he is doing well. Oh, and just so you guys know, Ethan will unfortunately not be able to cover Astro Bot Day 1. He will be in the hospital for his next chemotherapy session at that time, so you guys will not be seeing that, unfortunately. Which is kind of a shame because that's a game I've been looking forward to playing too. But hopefully it won't take us too long to get that gameplay video out for that in the future. It might not be at launch, but we'll probably cover it at one point or the other, so just keep an eye out. Alright, so that being said, in terms of course, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, I should probably talk about that, but first things first, let's talk a little bit about the game itself. So Sonic X Shadow Generations is basically both a remaster and a new game. You're probably wondering what I mean by that. So Sonic Generations came out in, believe it or not, 2011, and it's been some time. Woo, boy, that's a long time. So it's been some time. Since you believe. So Sega, in honor of the Year of Shadow this year, since we have the new Sonic movie coming in December, and we are definitely been celebrating all things Shadow this year. They also added a little bit of Shadow's own generational story from throughout history. So, according to what we know, Shadow Generations story takes parallel with the original Sonic Generations' story. So in a way, it's going to be parallel to Sonic and Shadow's story. So that means the battle that we see Sonic have in the rival battle may possibly cross over on Shadow's end in the future. But we won't know that for a while. But I like to say regardless, I wonder what's going to happen since Shadow does show up at the end to root on Sonic as he fights the Time Eater. Or, I should say Sonics. So, I'm very curious how they take that one. But this should be a very fun adventure, to say the least. Of course, Sonic Generations probably needs no explanation to anybody who's played the game at this point. But if you haven't, Sonic Generations was made for the 20th anniversary of the Blue Blur and goes all the way up to Sonic Colors in terms of games, which was the most recent game at the time. Of course, we've had 4 other games since then. Those being Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces, Sonic Media, and of course Sonic Frontiers, as well as Superstars as well. So 5 games technically. But as far as I'm aware, Sega hasn't said anything about new content. New levels regarding those games, unless they're planning one of those free update patches that they've been doing lately for all the games. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But regardless, I am very, very excited to see all these new games make their way into all this new content and old content make their way into Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, in terms of how we're going to cover it here, so basically, it will go like this. I will be doing my usual gameplay videos. So, of course, I'll cover a little bit of Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations, both in separate, and then I will do a video with them together. Then I will be covering all of Sonic Generations on the remastered part, just to see how things are with that one. And I will be going through the whole story from front to back. And if you guys want me to, I will also do all the challenge acts at one point or the other. I won't do it for that particular walkthrough, but I will follow up the video with all the rest of the challenge acts in order if you guys want me to take a look at that. I'll only be doing one challenge act for the full playthrough of Sonic Generations because I don't want to take up too much time. But I can do the rest of the challenge acts in a separate video following up on that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that as well. But yeah. Also, so I will also be tackling all of Shadow Generations in one playthrough too. This includes all the new content that has been revealed so far for Shadow Generations, but I haven't seen too much of it, so I don't know exactly how many levels, how many stages, what's new for this particular adventure. So you guys are going to have to wait and see what we have to do. Now, pardon me if I do end up sucking in some areas. I am so used to playing as Sonic and some of his other friends that I have barely played a Shadow. So, and it's been a while since Shadow's been, like, playable, like, in more than just 3 or 4 levels playable. The last time Shadow was playable in anything, believe it or not, was, Oh yeah, Sonic Forces episode Shadow. So it's been a while. I'm a little rusty, so I apologize in advance if I'm a little rusty with this, but hopefully it doesn't go too bad. That being said, we'll have to wait and see what happens with Sonic X Shadow Generations. Yeah, so look forward to a lot of coverage. Oh, and I should mention one more thing. Because I'm also obviously going to be getting the Switch version too, since this is the first time the console version from the original game is coming to Switch. I will be covering the Switch version as well with a comparison video between the two games for both Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations, so you guys know. No. And of course, I will also be doing a comparison video between the Xbox version between all three versions that we've gotten over the years. So from the Xbox 360 to Enchanted One on Series X, thanks to the frame rate boost, and then finally, of course, the new one that's coming out later this year. So look forward to seeing Sonic X Shadow Generations on the channel with a whole bunch of different coverage. I look forward to hopefully showcasing some new stuff, and maybe Sega might surprise us and have some new levels, but I'm not exactly sure what they're going to choose. If Sega is choosing new levels from Sonic games, which ones do you think they'll choose from previous Sonic titles? And will Mini and Superstar show up, or will it only be modern Sonic, which means Lost World, Forces, and Frontiers? So, again, we'll have to wait and see, but I'm very excited regardless. Alrighty then. Alright, guys. So now let's move on to talking about the podcast that I work on with Jart, Poplins Preschool and Pals. Many of you have noticed that I haven't posted an episode in a while, and it's been a while since Jart's update with Playdate Blue. Well, I'm pleased to announce that the podcast will be resuming this week. I've just finished up recording with Jart a while ago, and I haven't been able to post it because it's been so hectic and busy. But I finally have some free time, and I'm finally able to get back around to getting the episode out. So look forward to Poplins Preschool and Pals resuming the podcast this week on Thursday. So yeah, you guys will see the next new episode on Thursday. Then the week after that, we have a very special video for you guys. Me and Dwight are big fans of shows from our childhood, and one of those just happened to be Yo Gabba Gabba. So, as our first review discussion here, me and Dwight are going to actually be talking about Yo Gabba Gabba Land, the latest reboot that we have seen for something related to either Nick's Aquatic shows or Nickelodeon shows in general. Yo Gabba Gabba was one of my favorite shows growing up, so I had a lot of fun recording with Dwight on this one. So yeah, look forward to our review discussion of that later this month. Particularly, you'll see it on September 26th. So look forward to the podcast launching on September 26th. Sorry, did I say podcast? I meant the review launching on September 26th. So yeah, look forward to both a podcast resume and a review for Yo Gabba Gabba Land. So yeah, look forward to both. I'm very excited for us tackling this particular franchise. All right, let's continue, shall we? All right, so next up, a dual mixer returns and some of the other music-related projects for the channel. So, I was planning to start it this summer, as you guys know, but unfortunately I had to delay it. But I did want to give you an update since I've been able to work out the details of when all that is coming. So, I actually was looking through my games, and it looks like I'm gonna need a little bit more time to figure out with some of these older dual mixes that I both have to remake, remaster, and redo what I'm gonna do in terms of gameplay footage. Since, unfortunately, quite a few of them are actually shorter. So yeah, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of time. So that being said, I don't want to delay the project too much longer since I have been itching to get back to dual mixing too. So what I'm gonna do is push off the plan part that I have planned for a dual mix of returns till next year. And this, for the rest of this year, I'm gonna do what I call pre-hype. Sorry, scratch that. I meant to say a pre-clue cycle. So basically, pre-clue phase. May I add? Sheesh. Yes, this means that before we get to the plan part of the project, I'm gonna continue up with some things related. So what is the pre-clue phase going to be like? Basically, it's kind of like off-season. However, in addition to tackling new games that I have never tackled before, I will also be going back and redoing some of my older dual mixes and mashups from off-season during the other times, as well as a couple from the other albums, just because I have the time and patience to do so. So look forward to that as well. But you're probably wondering, when is Music Clues going to be able to, work on more dual mixes and mashups in general for this phase? Well, I am pleased to announce that this week I'm actually going to get back to work on that. So the phase is going to start this week and go all the way till the end of 2024. So you guys will see some new and old stuff throughout the years when I relaunch this. Sorry for keeping you guys waiting on this, but I just figured I'd give you a heads up. The plan phase is still planned to happen. I just need a little bit more time to get some gameplay footage, like for the Starman themes, because it's also shorter. So the pictures actually work just fine, but I do want to stay in line with what I've been doing with my dual mixes. So yeah, that's going to pretty much be the case. Also, for any of my older dual mixes, they're just going to get a slight update for the ones I posted recently, just so they're more in line with the project. So those walls will be going down, but they will be back up. They just need a little bit of an update is all. But yeah. So look forward to the dual mix of returns pre-clue phase coming later this week. Oh, and by the way, here's a sneak preview at the first 5 games I will be tackling. Pretty cool, huh? All right, guys. So now let's talk about my other music projects I announced. So Dual Mix Generations audio adventure is delayed till next year. So I'm going to be holding off on that till, next year. Sorry for those who are looking forward to it, but I do need some time to go through my stuff to see what would fit for the adventure. So yeah, but I have started to work on some ideas of how to implement it, so I hope you guys look forward to it. Now, as for 10 years of grooviest gaming tunes, really need to come up with a better name. I am actually already started working on it, believe it or not. So I've already finished things up. So here's how it's gonna go. I'm basically gonna have some non-audio pictures show up that are gonna tell a story with both pictures and other stuff as well. Well, and they will tell a story about yours truly. I talked about it a little bit in our community post, but for those who don't know, it's basically me getting ready for my 10-year celebration. However, for some strange reason, I get sucked into my iPad and end up in a land called Musical Clues. So, in order to get through the land, and I basically have to, travel through the land. Now, during the adventure, you guys will see some very special stuff. First of all, there will be gameplay for certain parts of certain tracks. Not all of them will receive gameplay because I don't own every single game, or I don't have access to every single gameplay footage, but most of them will have gameplay footage. Basically anything that shows up for Nintendo will obviously have gameplay footage, so no worries there. But for the rest, yeah. Now that being said, if you want to contribute your own gameplay footage, I'd be more than happy to talk with you behind the scenes and what I need. But I don't need too much for this first part in particular. Anyways, continuing on, so basically I'll have to travel through and I'll be meeting several different video game characters throughout the adventure. From Mario to Sonic to several Pokemon trainers. It is both new and exclusive to this special adventure, and some familiar faces as well. So yeah, look forward to this big adventure that I'm going on, and I'm very excited to tackle the story. Now, when can you expect to see this special musical adventure? And do I have a sneak preview? Well, I actually do have a sneak preview. I've already started working on the script for the adventure. So here, take a look. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, this is what the script kind of looks like so far. Of course, I'll talk about it more closer to launch. But yeah, that's what it is. I also want to mention that Jart is working on a special Playdate version that would posted Playdate part of this special adventure that will be posted after I'm done with the main story, and it will feature music from the games that he's chosen. So I am very, very excited for that as well. So look forward to that as soon as we're done with 10 years of gaming tunes, which it might be a while. I got a lot of stuff to tackle here. I'll talk about this more in a future video, what we're going to be doing in terms of the structure of each video. But for the meantime, I do want to announce that the first part hopefully will be coming out sometime this winter. That is my goal for the project's launch. So look forward to seeing Music Clues' tentative name, 10 years of grooviest gaming tunes, sometime later this winter. All right. All right, guys, so I believe that's pretty much it for today's update. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the sneak preview of what's coming up for the future of the channel. I'm very excited for all the news and stuff that we plan to, talk about in the future. So, if you guys would love to see more of these types of updates, let me know in the comments below. And I'm very excited regardless to see what new stuff we have to look forward to. So yeah. All right. That being said, this is yours truly, Music Clues, signing out, and I will see you guys in the future. Oh, and don't forget to tune in next week for our special anniversary update, which will talk about brand new stuff coming for my 10-year anniversary and the Media Maniacs 5-year anniversary.